Hey you! Yeah, you! The person who's been staying home, keeping their distance, washing their hands, and not shaking others. Well, I just want to say, congrats buddy, you done did good. Yep, we Aussies deserve a round of applause, because we've started flattening the curve. If you don't know what that means, let me bring you up to speed. The curve people are talking about is this graph, which shows how the number of COVID-19 cases can grow over time. And if it gets too steep, then our hospitals might find it hard to handle. So we've been trying to flatten that curve by practicing social distancing and good personal hygiene. And it's actually working. Here in Australia, the number of new cases of COVID-19 has been going down, to the point where there have only been a handful each day. There are other countries that have also had success in slowing down the virus, like South Korea and China, and our mates over the ditch in New Zealand. They've had even tougher social restrictions than Australia, and now their Prime Minister says it looks like they've stopped it spreading within the community. But there are some places that aren't doing as well. In the USA, more than 1 million people have caught COVID-19, and more than 50,000 have died. The UK has also been devastated by the virus. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, had it and has now recovered, but says the country still faces a huge risk. There are also huge worries about how COVID-19 will affect less developed countries, where lots of people don't have easy access to healthcare or sanitation. It's a pretty sobering reminder for us here in Australia that while the virus has had a really big impact on a lot of people, things could have been a lot worse. Last week, the Prime Minister said that all our hard work might be rewarded with an early mark on social restrictions, which might be lifted nationally a lot sooner than expected. Some states have already started to relax the rules. For example, in New South Wales, households are allowed to have 2 people come to visit. In the NT, parks and reserves have been reopened. And in Queensland, family picnics and weekend day trips are now allowed. As for schools, well, at the moment it's different in every state and territory. And while some have told all kids to go back to school, in others students are still learning online, at least for now. But while things are looking up, authorities say we still need to be really careful and to be ready to react quickly if the number of COVID-19 cases goes up again. The government's released an app, COVID Safe, that uses Bluetooth to let you know if you've come into contact with someone who has the virus, as long as they have the app too. It's encouraging all Australians to download it, in the hope it'll keep us safe. It also says that we need to keep socially distancing. That means no physical contact, keeping 1.5 metres away from others, and no large gatherings. Oh, and if you're sick, stay home. Because until we have a vaccine or an effective treatment for COVID-19, we're going to have to learn to live with it. So while you all definitely deserve a big pat on the back, just make sure it's your own back and wash your hands after. You know, just in case.